Okay, so now you want to unwrap it and texture it. Let's do the unwrapping in that video and then the texturing in the next video. What you do is right here, you are going to the Virtual Studio, you're gonna hide it basically. Alright? And now you're gonna select your tree trunk and you're gonna do a planar in the same exact way so that you did your Virtual Studio. So you're gonna go to UV, planar, you don't even change anything, and you go unwrap. Then you go back to UV's editor, and you can see it unwrapped, but it's overlapping. It needs to be opened by selecting an edge and cutting it. This is where there's a small difference with the previous one. The menu, it's a lot easier now. The menu is already here. There's a cut and there's an unfold. So you go right here, you select an edge, so you select edge, and you make sure your edge goes all the way from the top middle to the bottom middle, so it can be unfold after it's cut. And you go to cut and sew, and you're gonna say cut. That's it. You just cut your seam. Now you're gonna right click in the UV editor window and select UVs. Select all the tree trunks UVs. You're going to go to unfold menu right here and select unfold. Bing, that's it. That was that easy. Okay, now make sure you keep it between 0 to 1. So you select the scale tool and you scale it down. Leave it some space for and move it, leaving it some space for the actual leaves. That's it. That's your unwrapping for that. Now you need to basically texture it. So what you do is you're going to export that. You're going to go to image. You're going to go to image, sorry. And UV snapshot, I was in the wrong one. You're going to give it a name, UVs. Give it a size and a thing. I'm going to do 512 by 512. Alright. And PNG is what I want. That's good. And now I want to get the range to be 0 to 1 for sure. Okay, and I apply that. I already have one, I'm overriding. I click OK for me. Okay. Now you go in Photoshop. And that's another one I was doing. You open or you import if you want on the old one, that's however you want. But now you want to open the UV maps you just did. So you go to UVs and you click open. Now you're going to make a new layer, drop the layer under, and make that layer like a dark gray. Oops, not a pattern. Like a dark gray, so you can see what's going on. Now you're just going to go and you are going to select your tree trunk. So do it like that for now. Actually, we want the whole thing, so no. Right here, we do a Control C, Control V. Alright, and we are going to have to duplicate it a couple times, and the problem we're going to have, first let's scale it to what it should be, kind of. So half that size basically. That should cover half basically, and we'll just texture it twice. We'll just like that, and maybe a little bit like that. And we're not gonna keep the shadows into it. That's one thing we're not gonna keep. So right here we are going to take half of it and do a Control C, Control V. Alright. And we are gonna do a transform horizontal. Alright. And then that gave us something that is, a little bit, alright. And then we can, at will we can select more or less of the shadows. We might leave it now, right here. And then those two together can be merged and duplicated. And then that can be moved, and we are gonna deal with the white now. Actually, let me delete that. Let me do that after I'm done with the cleanup. And I'm just gonna clean it up quickly. Because I don't want anything anyway. And you could clone your way through that too. I'm gonna do a little bit of a healing brush. I am on healing brush actually. To change some of the, maybe some of the color in the middle. Let's say that's good enough for now. Let me stretch it a little bit. It goes all the way to the end. Let me duplicate that layer now. Yeah, not delayed. Hilarious. Right here. Oh yeah, we need to get rid of a little bit of that quickly. And let me do a little bit of a selection right here. Yeah, one is enough. And you can clone that better after when you're done. Uh, what the heck? Hold on a second. That's not what I want. Oh yeah, I want to duplicate the layer. So we got it all covered. Now our job is to go in and to actually start using the clone tool. Alright, to start cloning some parts. Let's see that just a second if that can be of any help. So we're gonna save that up and put it in my Okay, back in Maya, let's change the color for a file on that shader. Alright. And actually, I don't want a bleed. I want change it for Lambert actually. Alright. And now let's add a couple stick into it. Alright, so we can take a couple planes. Oh, yeah. There you go. It's the video card, don't worry, the rendering. Okay, make it smaller. And then we can bring it into our tree to make it look more like, the back of it. And you really do a UV. It's an X planar, so the same. You're still in X. Apply. And then when you got it, you go into the UV editor. And you're going to apply the same texture, first of all, that you done. That Lambert. Alright. So you're going to go apply favorite material, existing material, number 2. Or 3, sorry. Right here. And let's see, let me unwrap it properly. It's a Z, sorry. So UV, planar, Z, apply. See, now we can see it right there. And let's scale it down. Let's choose one, like right here. And we can select the lighting two-sided. And you can do that with boxes also. It depends how much you can afford. And you just duplicate that and start putting them in different places. Alright, and more in than that actually. Alright, and you can do that on a lot more like that, and you duplicate them and do more. Alright, so like that you really can redo it without using too much of the geometry of the tree. Alright, now we're gonna look at doing the palm tree leaf. Okay, so let's look at it. It's very simple. It requires just one polygon. Alright, so we'll look at that in a second. Let me save. And I'll see you in the next video for that.